What's up, guys? Igor Hernandez here. I'm one of the attorneys at Cornish, Hernandez and Gonzalez, where I practice injury law and first-party homeowner property claims. And today I want to talk to you about Uber accidents when you are the driver. We did a video not too long ago talking about what the passengers of an Uber can expect when they're injured in an accident, or when somebody who's hit by an Uber driver can expect when they are injured in an accident. But this one's for my drivers, the people who drive for Uber, the people who've been on the road, and they don't really know what is available to them in the event that they crash into somebody or that somebody crashes into them. And so here is the breakdown. It really, like for Uber passengers and like for people who are crashed into by somebody who drives for Uber, if you drive for Uber, the type of insurance that's available to you would depend on what kind of state you're in terms of the Uber cycle. And that means if you have a passenger, if you are en route to pick up a passenger with the Uber app on, that's going to trigger a certain amount of insurance. That's not going to be available if you don't have a passenger on. And so, or if you're not picking up a passenger. And so the difference is pretty big. If you have a passenger that you are driving somewhere, or if you're on the way to pick up a passenger, you have the app on, you have a passenger selected, and you're on the way to pick them up, then you have up to $1 million of bodily injury liability coverage as well as property damage. What that means is if you accidentally crash into somebody and it is your fault, you were doing something wrong, you were not paying attention, you were going too fast, whatever the case may be, that person, or rather you, are covered up to $1 million for any damages that you cause to that person, meaning if you injured them, or for any damage you cause to their property, meaning if you damage their car. So that $1 million is going to protect you pretty well, except for when you have, insane kind of accidents, catastrophic injuries and stuff like that. For the most part, that's not the case. And for the most part, $1 million is going to be sufficient to make sure you're liability free in case something happens. Now, something that is equally important for you is going to be what is available to you in the event that somebody crashes into you. It's not your fault, but they either don't have insurance or they have very little insurance. And that is, again, if you are picking up a passenger, or if you're on the way to get the passenger that you already have somewhere, then you have up to $250,000 of what's called uninsured motorist insurance. Now, uninsured motorist insurance is basically what it sounds like. If somebody crashes into you and they don't have insurance, or they have very little insurance, then Uber is going to pay you up to $250,000 depending on your injuries. So if you're driving somewhere, somebody crashes into you, they injured you real bad, it's not your fault, but they only have $10,000 of insurance, or they have no insurance, you can have peace of mind that Uber is going to have you for $250,000 in uninsured motorist claims. Now, when I say you have peace of mind, I don't mean that it's going to be easy, straightforward, and they're going to pay it. In fact, that doesn't really tend to work out that way a lot of times with a lot of insurance companies. What I mean is that the coverage is there, and if you succeed in litigation or the claims process, you will get up to $250,000 in uninsured motorists. Whereas if it was not there, if that coverage did not exist, then if the other driver has no insurance or has very little insurance, then there's nothing for you to do. You're basically not going to be able to get compensated for your injuries unless that person has a substantial amount of money that's collectible, which in Florida is kind of hard. And so that's it. If you don't have a driver, if you don't have a passenger, if you're not going to pick up a passenger and you get into an accident, your amount of insurance is very minimal. You have PIP, and that's pretty much it. You really don't have anything else, so you depend on your own insurance to cover you for whatever happens when the app is not on, when you're not actively performing for Uber. So that's it for now, guys. I hope that helps, and I'll catch you again next time.